It's not unusual to see people of all ages running around Tuscaloosa. It's become such a popular form of exercise, largely because you can do it just about anywhere at your convenience for free. But there are a few things you should keep in mind if you plan on getting serious about running. Dr. Milady Murphy is here from Shelton State's Health and Wellness Center to tell us more. Dr. Murphy, it's good to see you again.
Always a pleasure, Daniel.
Have you been running?
I have been walking and jogging. Yeah, I'm not a runner. I don't have that ability. But no matter your level of fitness, and that's the thing, whether you're a walker, a jogger, or a runner, you still have to look at your running shoes as an important form of equipment. According to the American College of Sport Medicine, people need to trade out their shoes, their running sneakers, whether they're walkers, joggers, or runners, every 300 miles. And the reason being is, Danny, is that it's kind of like what's analogous is your running shoes or walking shoes are similar to the tires on a car. When the tires on the car wear down, you know, you can get in an accident, you can skid, it throws the car out of alignment. Well, that same thing holds true for sneakers, whether it's walking or running shoes. And what happens is if you let that bottom of the shoe or the sneaker or your footwear wear down, it throws the body out of alignment, which puts undue stress on the knees, the hips, the joints, and the ligaments and tendons. So it increases the risk of injury and pain if you don't, if you don't change out your equipment every 300 miles.
So if you run about a mile a day, once every 10 months you need to buy new shoes. Now whenever you go in to buy them, I'm going to pick these up. These are probably yours.
Yes.
And they're tied together too, like you just got them from the store.
That's right.
Now, what do we want to look for? But before we talk about the technical stuff, you know, the kids, they have just some wild-looking running shoes.
Right.
Very colorful. And I myself have recently bought some shoes for athletic purposes.
Very
they're not
good.
penny loafers or
I'm
that
glad
sort
to hear
of thing.
that, Dan.
And they're very bright.
Yes.
And I bought some that you're supposed to wear without a sock, barefoot. And allegedly, this will mold to your foot and be the perfect balance. Now, what do you think about that? Is that good or bad? Do we want something with a thicker sole? Or?
Well, Daniel, these are good questions. First of all, every individual is different. And what you have to realize is it's not like you're shopping for clothes, looking for the colors. You're looking for the right fit. And as people get older, they want that right fit. They're not going for the color. Well, the same thing applies to your shoes. Whether they're running shoes or walking shoes, whether you're older or younger, you don't want to increase the risk of injury. So there's some very important factors to be aware of beside the color. First of all, the best time to try on the shoes are in the afternoon. That's when your feet are truest of form.
Really?
The blood is engorged in there, and they're the actual size in the afternoon.
I would have never thought
That's a good trick of the trade. Now, another thing is you want to make sure that the sneaker accommodates your arch. And the only way you'll know that is what is called a footprint analysis. And there are very high-tech running places that offer a footprint analysis, which is very simply done. You step on a pad, and it can tell you if you have a high arch, a medium arch, or a low arch. And whoever is waiting on you, if they're smart enough, they'll know that it's important to select the shoe, whether it's a walking shoe or a running shoe, for that particular age group that accommodates the arch. And there should be 3 to 4 classifications of running shoes and walking shoes for each of those arch angles.
I'm doggone. So you're probably going to be better off not doing what I did, and I bought mine at a department store, and arches never came into play.
Right.
You want to go somewhere probably where they specialize in shoes, and they can tell you about your arch.
Exactly. I know you're making fun of my accent. But then later on, you could go online. So important things to be aware of. That arch will determine whether you roll in, that's called pronation, or whether you roll out, that's called supination. And so they have shoes, running shoes, that are so high-tech now, not just because of the color, that accommodates that pronation, rolling in, or that supination that rolls out. So if you get the right footwear, whether you're a walker or a runner, that accommodates your arch, you're going to be less susceptible to injury. And so that's very important whether you're walking the distance or jogging the distance. That's very smart thinking, no matter your age. Also, you want to make sure the toe box accommodates your width and that the back of the heel also accommodates your width. And so these are significant factors to keep in mind when you're trying the shoe. The arch accommodation, the toe box, and the heel. And the best way to find out once they select the shoes that accommodate those things on your footprint analysis, try them on and go what fits most comfortably for that arch support.
All right, super. Dr. Murphy, thank you so much for being with us today.
Always a pleasure, Daniel.
You can find out more about the Health and Wellness Center online at sheltonstate.edu or by calling 205-391-2994. You may get Dr. Murphy. She may tell you about your arches.